They always said they'd be friends to the end, but they had no idea.
We have to call the police.
It's okay, I'm fine.
We'll get rid of the bot.
How soon that would be. He knows what they did. He knows where they live. And how to wreck them.
You're behind the couch.
What?
Oh, he knows how to party.
Oh, man.
Scary movie, rated R. In theaters everywhere Friday, July 7th.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.
How close were you to the victim?
Real close. Until the roofies wore off. Then she woke up talking about pressing charges, so I just pulled my tongue out of her ass and left.
Welcome back to 0 Point Reviews, everybody. Yeah, we're back on Slasher September after we just went through Frailty. But hey, we got some more comedic horror slasher movies in store, including Scary Movie, which spoofed Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer from the early 90s, or well, late 90s, early 2000s. And we got Katie and Andy on with us from Hold My Dualshocks on YouTube. Thank you both for joining us tonight. You were both kind of eager to check this one out, so I'm going to start this off with you. What are some of your first memories about Scary Movie?
Do you want me to go first? Okay.
Go for it, yeah.
So I hadn't watched this movie in so long. So when we watched it last night, I forgot how funny it was. And I actually remember the movie theater scene the most when she was like, "Nuh-uh, don't go in there." And it was like a beautiful memory. And it was kind of sad too, because I realized I'm like, even though they're making another scary movie, it will never be the same. Like, there's no way they're going to go as far as they went with some of these jokes and some of the racial stereotypes and some of the stuff that was said in this film. They'll never do that again. And it was just a culmination of such perfectness. It's hilarious.
Yeah. My brother and I somehow were able to convince our mom to rent this from Blockbuster back in the day.
Oh,
and
wow.
I don't we had watched, it was about the same time we were watching like a ton of scary movies. So we'd watch like The Sixth Sense and stuff. And I think she thought it was going to be like another horror movie.
Like an actual scary
And
movie.
I just remember her being appalled. She's like, what is, you know, it was pretty blue for her. She was like, oh my gosh. But my mom was very frugal. She's like, we're renting it. We're watching it. We're not, you know.
We're going to finish it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That
My
is
infamous
so cool.
story is my mom took me to RoboCop 2 and swore that was the last movie she was ever going to take me to the theater for, and I'd have to figure out how to see R-rated movies on my own after that.
That's awesome.
My Aunt Susan took me to go see Silence of the Lambs when I was 11.
Oh my gosh.
Dear God.
And she's like, no, you're not going to say anything to your mom and dad, are you? No. Next day, I'm like, I want to be a psychologist.
The worst experience for me was probably taking my 12-year-old cousin to see Species 2. And my aunt thought, oh, that's not going to be too bad, is it? No, there's not going to be too much nudity. There's not going to be too much violence. It's going to be all right. I take him home after that, and I'm like, oh, I am so never taking you to another movie ever again because I am so busted.
Have a good night, baby.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but I took him opening day.
That's awesome.
I
See, memories. He'll remember that for the rest of his life.
See, that's an important part of like having an older, like an uncle or an older brother, is like getting into movies that you are way too young to go see. Like,
oh yeah. My grandpa would always buy me or rent me the movies like Puppet Master, Subspecies, things like that. And he'd be like, you can go watch those. I'm going to go in the other room and watch my other stuff on TV. But I'd always end up after that movie, I'd go watch like Wild Wild West. I'll watch like Westerns with them, like John Wayne. So it'd be a nice little like dichotomy between the two of us. And he never took me to R-rated movies, but we always had that kind of understanding on your dad can know, your mom cannot.
Yeah. See, there's a balance that has to be had. Yeah.
Must be a fair balance.
I grew up with, and I teach my kids the same thing, and I hope they teach their kids the same. Fuck them. If they want to be in the room, they're going to have to watch the same thing. So there has been some movies my kids are kind of like, God damn. Just kind of like the same way when I was a kid and my dad was like, listen, I'm watching The Exorcist. If you're going to be out here, it's on you.
That's when I would leave the room.
Yeah.
I didn't. I loved that shit when I was a kid. I grew up watching the worst films because my dad was like, hey, I want to watch the new John Carpenter movie.
Oh my
Okay. So I mean, like, my dad liked monster movies. I grew up loving monster movies, and my daughters love monster movies too. So, you know,
that's awesome. Just passing it on to generation.
It is. My
101, everybody.
Yeah. And my grandmother was a huge Bela Lugosi fan. Like, anytime Bela was on, it didn't matter if it was like Dracula or Ed Wood. She's like, shh, quiet. It's in our blood.
It's in our blood. Well, it's also in our blood is making sure you like, share, and subscribe this stream on out there, everybody. We'd love to have you along with us and enjoy as we talk about Scary Movie, where we talk about the good, the bad, and we judge this. We might also judge each other based on what ends up happening at the end. So maybe it's time to get into the good, Kevin.
Let's hit it, buddy. So my first experience with this was like, I am a huge Wayans Brothers fan, or Wayans Family fan. I grew up loving I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka. I watched every single episode of In Living Color when it aired originally. I have all of those on DVD, all 5 box sets. I love them. Like, anything that they did was just gold to me, up until White Chicks or so. But I'd always wanted a spoof of horror films when I was a kid. Like, I always prayed Mel Brooks would be like, you know what? I'm going to take Freddy. I'm going to take Jason. I'm going to take Chucky. I'm going to take Michael Myers. I'm going to take Pinhead. I'm going to take all this shit and just put it in a big movie and spoof it. And that never happened. Well, it did. We got Dracula Dead and loving it. And that was one of the first times I was like, I know I'm supposed to like this, but I don't. And I was really disappointed with it. But if you flash forward for like 10 years from then, or almost, the Wayans family did Scary Movie. And that was what I'd always dreamt of as a kid. Like, they just took what was popular at the time for the 90s, not so much the 80s, but for the 90s. Mm-hmm. And they made a good spoof of it, or like a really intelligent spoof. It wasn't like Meet the Spartans or Not Another Whatever movie, you know, where everybody had free range to make a spoof. Like, these guys did a good job of making a Zucker picture that was actually better than a Zucker picture.
Well, don't forget, there was Saturday the 14th in the 80s. That was way more parody than it was actually a spoof. So, or even some sort of amalgamation of the two.
And also Transylvania 6-5000 as well, which was also awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching Dracula Dead and loving it. And same thing, like, I don't know what you describe that style of comedy at. I guess more like kind of like whatever that Leslie Nielsen kind of gag comedy was, but it wasn't. It wasn't
Mel Brooks.
It wasn't locked into the absurdity of the genre, and that's what I love about Scary Movie is it makes fun of all the things that when you're watching a scary movie, you're like this is where you have to suspend your disbelief, like characters acting certain ways, and it's funny. It's very smart and very funny.
Well, even just situational humor, like even in the very beginning of this film, when you have her answering the phone and then she's making popcorn and going through the whole discussion, she's walking, and each time I love how they have them walk around the house and like then go and lock the doors. That's when they want to lock the doors. And then even like the process of her like losing her clothes in the process of trying to like run away. And so it's like acknowledging that some of the stuff that happens in these films doesn't make sense, but then knowing that that's the funny part about it.
Well, and they the Wayans brothers were great at like weaving in whatever was going on in pop culture at the time. So some of it's a little dated because like Carmen Electra's You know, that's
Nobody.
from a bygone.
Yeah.
And then like the Dennis Rodman joke, but it turns out to be Prince. Like, all that's like, hilarious. But you do have to have known like why that's funny. Otherwise, you're like, I don't understand
get
what's
it.
happening.
Yeah.
But at the time, you're like, oh, that's a great misdirect. You know, I think it's in Scary Movie 3. There's the joke with Shaq and the Saw thing where he tries to shoot and he just bricks it. It was just
Yeah, he either has to make the free throw or cut his foot off. That was
the
so
Kazam
fucked up.
reference nearly killed me because I forgot about that at the beginning of the movie. Like, haven't you seen his acting?
Yeah. So that's the thing, like,
Kazam.
so it's like a genius amalgamation of like, if you know what it's referencing, it's hilarious. But if you haven't seen these movies, like if you haven't seen The Matrix or you haven't seen Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer, you're extremely confused what's going on at certain parts.
Absolutely. And they got little Easter eggs for like about like 30 other movies in here.
Yes.
But that's more for like the hardcore film fans, let alone hardcore horror fans. So you got the easy ones, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. You can get through this movie just fine. But then you got like the Friday the 13th where the killer's getting high on weed and he goes, choo, 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 choo. And everybody's looking around like, what? And he's like, gotcha.
It's great.
Oh, gotcha moment.
And then the like you said, the current pop culture references, the what's up? You're just kinda
Oh
like,
my, that is a total, like, you had to be there for that
That
one.
was a
'Cause-
Bud Light commercial, wasn't it? Or a Budweiser commercial back in the day.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, I'm laughing at it today. Like, it's always been funny where he's like, hey, Dookie, pick up the phone. My brother's name is Duke. So I'm like, Dookie, pick up the phone. Like,
this is the first time I learned your brother's name on a stream. And how long have we been streaming together? Like 10 years?
I have 3 brothers. Well, 4 including you. And there's Sean, Emiliano, and Duke. Yeah. Sean's my biological brother. Duke and Emiliano are spiritual, as are you.
Oh, okay.
But
I
I've
see
known
how I
them
got
since
roped
like,
into your family here.
right? Those motherfuckers have known me since I was like 4. We have gotten into some shit together.
And we do not need those stories. They have been covered on previous streams plenty enough, especially cemetery streams and things that we should not talk about on YouTube, Kevin.
That was cool, though.
You almost got us demonetized.
I didn't know that was her thing. Anyway.
Don't start that.
You learn something new about people every day. But the thing about this movie is I saw it in the theater and I wanted to go see it again. Not very often, especially during that time period, did I want to see a movie again after I saw it in the theater. Like I was ready to get it on VHS or DVD or whatever. This I wanted to see again. I really liked this movie. Like, and it was so cool. It was a special treat because there were so many cameos in this movie. Cameos from specifically In Living Color and other
James
horror.
Vanderbeek, Dawson's Creek. Don't
Vanderbeek
lose
was in
that
it.
one.
That was so amazing. I was like, oh my God, there's James Vanderbeek. When they played the song and for him to come through the window with no wrong set, I was like, oh, that's beautiful.
I forgot about that because I haven't seen this movie since I saw it day one in the theater, and I haven't seen it since until literally last night and again today.
Oh, you guys, I watch this shit all the time. I'm so embarrassed. I love this
You
movie.
have the DVD set.
I do. Well, I have 1 through 4. I didn't get 5. Like I drew the line at 4. I was like, this is awful.
1 and 2 are pretty amazing, though. I think 2 I might like more than 1. Like
I'm going to be watching the next 2 in the next couple of days, actually, just because I'm like, once I start something, I have to kind of finish at least the trilogy.
Yeah.
The third one's worth it because they bring in Leslie Nielsen and Charlie. And Charlie's...
I thought that was the 4th one.
They're both in the 4th one also.
Oh,
but
okay. Gotcha.
they introduce them into the 3rd. And they bring in Anthony Anderson and Kevin Hart, and they're just fucking hysterical in that movie. They are the only reason to truly watch that.
Yeah, 3's the Signs parody, right? It was mostly that was phenomenal.
Yeah, where Queen Latifah plays the Oracle.
Oh,
That explains why I never watched that one.
oh my god.
It was so good. Fucking Morpheus is interrupting her, trying to like give exposition because he's watching the Lakers game, and she finally gets so fed up with this shit that she gives him the final score. He's like, "Fuck!"
Oh my god.
He just walks away so defeated because he can't watch the game.
See, this is why it's genius. It touched on things that happen in real life when you ruin stuff for other people.
Well, it's also good to note the Wayans brothers are officially back for the next Scary Movie sequel that they're making.
Yes. And on top of that, almost the entire original core cast is coming back. So it's Sean, Marlon, Anna Faris, Regina Hall. I don't know who else is going to be coming back, but golly, I hope they bring back just everybody if they can. Well, that is just about everybody, but still, I'm fucking stoked. I love this cast. I know some people that aren't part of the Wayans family have been kind of like a negative light in the news lately, but man, I had a crush on them when I was a kid, and I still have a crush on her now. So,
That's fair.
yeah, she was cute. Not Shannon Elizabeth. That's a given.
Oh yeah, like she's done like American Pie. She did Jack Frost. She did Scary Movie. Like
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
I would have thought she would have been like a huge scream queen, like to some sort after like 2 of these movies, you know. But some of them just did not take off like they should have.
Couple of them, from what I understand, Shannon retired from acting, and that's kind of too bad because I always really liked her, especially considering she was in a Kevin Smith movie. Like,
which one?
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. She's Jay's baby's mama.
Huh.
Yeah, she's funny as hell. She really is.
I think I need to rewatch that one now too.
Yeah.
Do you guys like all of the like Jay and Silent Bob, Mallrats, Clerks films?
I do.
I'm a half and half guy. I think Dogma is the best Kevin Smith movie, honestly. But I like Mallrats. I'll watch like Clerks 1.
Clerks 2 is amazing. You can.
I was gonna
Still
say,
haven't
like,
watched it.
you haven't seen Clerks 2?
Oh my god!
Clerks 2 and 3 I have not seen. They're in the collection. Even though we've reviewed Clerks 1 and the animated series, I still need to go and watch the other 2 movies.
Clerks 2 is amazing.
Clerks 2
I
is
don't.
phenomenal.
I don't.
Okay. I'll watch
3.
it.
I own Clerks 3.
You sent me Clerks 3.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it, but Clerks 2 is absolutely fucking hysterical. Like,
all right.
Without spoiling it, there's a scene with Wanda Sykes in Clerks 2 that my brother and I used to just watch on replay. It is so amazing.
Oh,
you know,
and he's like, "Oh no, not that scene."
The funny thing is I used to think that was a slang term for my fucking heritage. I'm like, like, so that's not.
Gosh.
Wait, what's your heritage?
Portuguese. I'm like, wait.
Oh, that does feel more Portuguese. Like if you had to say it, like you'd be like, yeah, that's like a.
Because my Hispanic best friend Emiliano, my brother, always used to call me that, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay, it's Portuguese. I'm like, whatever. Apparently not.
Oh,
like, I'm not racist. I don't fucking know.
So that's why we got to take it back, you know?
Right. For life.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this movie was fantastic because it knew exactly what it was gonna be. It was gonna be a parody, a satire of all these films that were popular but not very good, and then they added their own spin on it. Like you said, they added that like garnish of pop culture, for lack of a better term, and black comedy, black culture, and it was perfect. They knocked it out of the park. I had never seen a movie quite this funny before in this regard. Like I wanted a parody of a horror film to be this funny, but this exceeded my expectations considering it didn't have any of the classic horror characters that I grew up loving. Like, this was the 90s and I hated the 90s. It was terrible.
Yeah, a lot of these movies were pretty bad. I'm on record saying I don't even like Scream like at
No.
all. I Know What You Did Last Summer. The joke is already made in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jennifer Love huge tits.
Yep.
Well, that's this show, like I like this more than the movies it's making fun of. I think
Yes.
it's like
I agree.
you were
Yeah.
shocked by like the amount of racial jokes.
Yes.
Like I thought, but yeah, that's because you haven't seen it in forever.
No, and I was like, that's probably what took me by surprise the most, because it was so funny pointing out so many things, like racial things, as well as the Wayans brothers like kind of dogging on themselves about like whether or not they were gay.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh God, yeah.
Ray's gay
Yeah.
jokes are so good.
Like,
Oh,
and how-
those are badass.
Does this make me look gay? No. How
How
about,
about
Or throw the football uniform on continuously. I'm like, oh my God.
Her face as she starts to like realize what's happening, just the discomfort. So
Then he yells Brandon at her like twice, and I'm like,
Come
I mean,
on, Brandon.
Brenda.
Yeah.
And then at the movie theater, because they follow that up like pretty quick, like he's just like, I want nothing to do with you because every time I take you to the movies, you get like this. I'm out of here with your chicken wings and your hot sauce.
Yep.
Chicken wings and hot sauce.
Wow.
it's actually funny. One of my friends used to work at Texas Day Brazil. Well, he and his girlfriend. And there's a movie theater right near the Texas Day Brazil. And there was a woman, and it was like the little lamb ribs that they have there, like the lamb
Chop,
chop
Ooh.
things.
Yeah.
And she sees this woman because, you know, you get as much as you want, but you're not allowed to take it to go. And she was slipping them in her purse. And she goes, these are for the movies. And she was going to like sit there and eat lamb in the movie.
Fuck
Oh my
yeah.
God.
That's
It's so-
awesome.
Yeah.
She must have been Basque.
Oh, phenomenal.
Oh, that's too cool. I haven't had lamb in so long, so I can't judge, dude. That shit's amazing. But anyway, no, this was just too cool. And then the I want to say the only sequel it spawned. It is superior in a way, but it's not at the same time. Like, they had better cameos in the sequel than they did in this one. But this one, like, it just hit so hard the first time. And I don't know, I have a hard time comparing it to the sequel. Like, it's almost like Ghostbusters 1 and 2 for me. I do not dislike either. And a lot of people don't like Ghostbusters 2, and I don't understand that. But gosh, to me, it's a double feature that has to happen. I feel incomplete if I don't watch one without the other.
I think the part of the problem with that is they rushed the sequel out a little too soon without allowing some of the other sequels from other franchises to come out. So there wasn't too much to pull from. So they kind of had to make stuff up on their own. You know, and let's throw in more cameos and this, that, and the other Easter eggs and just go from there. Whereas with this first one, it's clear they took their time meticulously going through movies, because you don't make fun of something you're not a fan of. It's clear they were a fan of like horror movies.
Mhm.
And this was so well written that The Usual Suspect ending, I completely forgot about that. And I'm like, this is like one of the best endings I've seen. And I did not like The Usual Suspects, actually.
Yes, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, no way they're making this reference right now. And I was like, 'cause I have seen that so many times, and I had completely forgotten that it was attached to this film. And I was like, this is what it's from.
You mean like in memes though? Because
Yes.
that ending, the scary movie ending, is used all over memes for like people doing stupid stuff and getting away with it.
All the
Or
time.
playing dumb.
Yeah. And so I was like, it was like a beautiful moment, because I was like, oh my God, this is where it's been from this entire time.
Doofy himself has become a fucking icon. Like, people love getting to meet him at cons. Like, him and Dewey in general, like, will take pictures together with people, and it's like they will sell bajillions of fucking tickets of people wanting to take pictures of Dewey and Doofy together. And yeah, I would too. He was one of the coolest characters ever. And I'm not a fan of ableism, but god damn did they get that character really well.
It was so perfect.
Yeah, like again, I'm not a fan of ableism, but here I am growing up loving Handyman, Blank Man, and now Doofy. It's like I'm a fucking hypocrite and a half, dude. These guys
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you know this. They took the time and care to make this movie like perfect when they were writing the jokes, because they didn't just try and make it a like parody of the original film. They were like, how can we like elevate this and make it funnier by making jokes about other things as well in the process.
Yeah. And I think like to the point of like ableism, like their style of comedy is so over the top. It's so clear the intent is not to offend.
Correct.
Like, and I think that's like the whole thing of like, you know, when you satire, like you need to make sure there's clarity of purpose so that you don't accidentally just contribute to the thing you're trying to like make fun of. And like same with like the racial jokes, like everything's so
even the roofie thing when he's
like,
doing the interview.
I was hoping you guys would not be offended that I threw that.
No,
because I'm like, I gotta do it.
It's so perfect. That's the thing. It's so funny.
One, nothing offends us, but also it's like that type of humor. It's so clear that it is to be laughed at. There's no negative target, if that makes sense, other than the situation.
Yeah, they are punching up. And that is the one thing that Keanu Ivory Wayans has always done well. He's never punching down at people. His family's never punching down at people. They are punching out in all directions.
Yeah.
Why was In Living Color funny? Because they were punching out at everybody. It was not a group of black folks making fun of white people, making fun of Chinese people, making fun of Mexican people, whatever. It was a group, an interracial group of people that was making fun of everybody, and they were all in on the joke. And it was awesome because you were in on the joke too, and you were able to laugh at yourself along with the next guy and everything else, and embrace your differences because differences are things that make us great. And that show taught us that. And we don't have a show like that so much anymore. So it's like, golly, I'm glad that they're coming back. I'm glad that they do more. I wish the Wayans family was on TV and more popular like they were 30 years ago, because shit, they were a cultural phenomenon that was really, really important, that was shaping this society for a good 10 years at least.
It was one of my absolute favorite shows, and they have the best line in this movie. I said it before we went on stream. TV shows don't kill people. The canceling of TV shows kills people. And they canceled the Wayans brothers before it had a final episode. So that's how they turned into killers.
Yep.
Yeah. The Wayans brothers was a good ass show.
We didn't even get a final episode. Yeah.
Fox, thank you for canceling so many shows without final episodes. Married with Children and Living Color. Yeah, you got rid of all the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, to your point about like in Living Color, you're right. It's like when there's the participation of all different races, it becomes this cool thing where, and I think that's like a true reflection of when you have multicultural friend groups. People so what's going on now with comedy is so like in opposition to the way people act when they're comfortable with one another. Because all my friends and growing up in South Africa, like I have Indian friends, I have black friends, like people will bring their fun baggage and throw it into the pile, and we all kind of laugh at it. And it's so much fun kind of messing with your friends because of those differences. And like you said, that's what makes it unique. But also being aware that we've all done things where like you have a friend and they're not from the same part of the world, and you introduce them to something they're going to be shocked by. They're not going to enjoy, whether it's food or just a custom. And that's just kind of part of getting close to people, I think, is kind of like, hey, see if you can hang with this. See if you can see what you think, you know?
You know, a lot of people, and I'm going to say white people, have gotten really, really sensitive about other people's cultures. Like, you can't say that. That's offensive against them. Well, they aren't saying anything. Why are you? Like, I've gotten yelled at that as a comedy writer several times, and it's like, do you know any people of that nationality? Then shut the fuck up.
Pretty much.
My brother's name is Escoto, Emiliano Escoto, dude. Like, fucking, I know Mexican people. I can make a fucking reference here and there. Like, I know what a barrio is, dude. Like, somebody fucking tell me you don't know what the racial ramification is of that. No, I do, and that's why I use the word. Fuck away.
I got taught all the bad words for Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Mexican, and Ghanaian, or whatever Andre said his language was. I don't even remember half the words, but these are all the words I learned living in Kearney Mesa, Linda Vista, and San Diego, where we were next to a Marine base, and it was an amalgamation of everybody there.
Oh,
you
dude,
just were friends with everybody. I mean, not like popular and like whatever kind of thing, but
folks
I
are
had,
just
like,
folks.
the best freaking friends all over the place. And I learned so many bad words in different languages. It's crazy.
Fuck yes.
It was the best time.
That was like my greatest memory of the school bus on the ride home, or the ride home of the school bus from public school, was like learning Spanish. So awesome. Like, I learned more on the school bus than I did in high school in Spanish class.
City bus for me, or walk 3 miles back home. That was my trip. It's usually walking home 3 miles, and if I made it quick enough, I could stop by the donut shop and play video games for 40 minutes before I had to get home.
That's cool. Get your Street Fighter in.
It was Mortal Kombat, but yeah.
No, I'll take it.
But there's a lot of good to this movie. A lot of good writing, a lot of good directing. Like, Keenan Ivory Wayans actually directed this movie, and I think they did a pretty solid job on this. And one of the low-key things about this movie, besides the humor and all the Easter eggs and everything, this, that, and the other, is not only did they have a great talent pool for casting, but the music in this is actually surprisingly well done, because it also fits with the Easter eggs and the cameos and everything else. And it feels like a horror movie at times. It actually does, where if they took the comedy elements out, there's actually a good horror movie in here somewhere.
Yeah. Dude, they even took the theme from Titanic and Amistad.
Oh,
that was
dude.
amazing.
Oh,
my god.
oh.
Dude, that's a deep dive, because Katie's
completely
like,
forgot
what
about
happened on
that.
the Amistad? And I'm like, Katie, you should know about the Amistad. Like, you of all people should know about the Amistad.
I'm sitting there watching
Keenan in that clip too, so that was funny.
Yeah, so I got super happy as a kid when I'm 20 years old watching this. I'm like, oh, it's Keenan. Oh, shit. Yep, that's Keenan. That's Keenan. Dude, motherfucker, that's Keenan.
I'm king of the world, until he gets whipped, and it's like,
I was like, what is going on?
I had totally forgotten about. They even had a movie poster of Amistad too, as well, at the movie theater.
Most people don't know Keenan wrote my favorite stand-up comedy show of all time, and that was Eddie Murphy's Delirious.
Oh, he
Did he really?
Yes, he did. Keenan wrote that entire show, and it's flawless.
I have that on DVD back here. I'm going to watch that again too.
It is the most flawless stand-up comedy performance that I have ever seen. Like, anyone that has seen that wants to get into stand-up comedy impersonates that their first few shows. Like, it is just a great show, and that is something that Keenan wrote before I'm Gonna Get You Sucker even became a thing. So, I mean, the man knows comedy. He knows it really, really well. He has his finger on the pulse of pop culture, his finger on the pulse of society, and they're just really smart when it comes to observational society.
Why are they not a bigger fixture in Hollywood? You would think with
That's
is there
a great
reason, or is
question.
I
don't know. I think White Chicks
easiest
was kind of
answer
their
is
swan
because
song.
there is that. So a lot of it would probably go into the fact that these were Dimension films, and
Miramax.
Miramax, yes, excuse me. And Miramax, of course, got shit tanked with Harvey. Harvey was a racist and a misogynist. So they didn't, ultimately what it came down to is they got into a pissing match with Miramax. And that's why they're like, you know what? You could have the franchise. Fuck you, we're out. And so Miramax said, all right, well, we're giving it to the Zuckers then. And it was never as good. Yes, it was a parody of horror films, but it didn't have the soul that the first two movies did. It didn't have the anima that the first two movies did. It wasn't as aggressively funny.
Well, yeah. And you mentioned all the other Not Another type films. And when you kind of hold that up to Scary Movie, you can see how quickly it can turn into slop. Just like jingling piece slop where you're like, okay. And that genre still goes on. They're still making crap like Not Another, type movies, but they're usually just straight to
Not another 9/11 movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think the last one I watched was like Meet the Spartans, and I'm like, man, I think they lost the plot here.
Yeah, that was the last one I watched. I pirated it, and I'm thankful for it. And I didn't even watch the whole thing. I was out. It was so awful.
Well, those mashups don't even make sense. Like a Meet the just lazy, just
uninspired.
It is uninspired cash grabs. That's all they are. That's all they are. And the actors in them are getting a payday. So, I mean, good for them, but lame. Those are worse than Netflix movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well worse. I love kind of this period in films, though. Like, to me, I always kind of lump it in with things like Super Troopers, those type of films that you feel like just a group of guys could just get made done. And I know the Wayne's brothers probably put more effort into it than like the guys from Super Troopers, but you had like those kind of ensembles of dudes that would work together, and it felt like there was these little ecosystems. I mean, even kind of what was going on with Adam Sandler and his crew, like things like Grandma's Boy, just really fun.
And they're still together.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I miss that,
And I like that the Wayans family is still like that too. Like there are cameos, the teacher, the Mary Kay Letourneau teacher, Kelly Cofield, she's from In Living Color. And I had such the crush on her when I was a kid. Like, she's funny as hell. And she was
the
cute.
teacher that was doing the breastfeeding?
Yeah, I had a crush
I
on her.
thought when you said gym teacher, I'm like, I'm sorry, the one with the ball sack hanging out?
No, but was that China or was that I meant to look it up, or was somebody said that was China, and I'm like, I don't. Maybe that was Joni with stubble, but I don't know.
Well, the teacher breastfeeding was a hilarious show because if you remember, in that time period, there was all those stories coming out of like the teachers like having relationships and getting pregnant with the students.
Yeah.
But the gym teacher thing you're talking about, Jeff, I had completely forgotten about that. And Katie, you said, like, what is up with this chick?
I had to rewind it. I'm like, wait, did I just see that?
Yeah.
That's probably the thing that would get this just red flagged in Hollywood. Like, they'd be like, I don't think so.
They'd clip that out for sure.
Yeah.
I say fuck them. Make it independent, make it funny, make it good. And you know what? People will go see it and it'll make a ton of money. And then you're going to get people like Warner Brothers being like, and what do we have? Or Disney, what do we have? Which is exactly what they did with Super Troopers 3.
And Miss Man was played by Jane Trecca, a professional bodybuilder.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Not who I think it was.
Now we're all disappointed and sad. Sorry, man.
And it was her first movie.
I feel like such a dick.
Well, they made it look like she had one in this movie.
Was that me? I'm like, yay, Joni. Oh, it's not. Sorry, my bad.
Well, I was gonna say it definitely was not China. She didn't look like that chiseled before she got all the plastic surgery. So, Kelly Cofield Park as the teacher.
She was amazing. Yes, she is absolutely hysterical. She's brilliant when it comes to playing like belligerent drunk women. She's just so fucking funny. I love her.
God, she handed the baby off to the go back to daddy, and I'll see you after class.
And they're like, woo!
And she was
they were like
also
high-fiving. You could not make that joke today.
No.
No, fuck.
God, I remember back in school, everybody was like, have you seen the hot teacher? From like girls to the hot male teachers and guys to the hot lady teachers. It was crazy.
Oh my, yeah, I'm not even
Talk about a different era.
Yeah,
It felt like a
Hub
more
alert.
hopeful era that because those things were so, I guess, out of the norm that they could be laughed at. Whereas now it's almost like people just don't want to be reminded of it. And I feel like comedy has suffered because of that. You can't laugh at the underlying, because again, the joke isn't just that she's had the kid with the student. It's just the layers of like, the other boys think it's cool, but now this kid's gotta watch his kid in class. I mean,
watch his kid in class and realize he's not the only one that she's sleeping with. She's probably got 3 other kids from 3 other classes.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. It's horrible and it's wrong. And
but it's so
that's
funny.
what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. And like things that are terrible make you laugh. It makes you uncomfortable, but your way of dealing with it and assimilating it is laughing.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel better about things. And it's okay to feel that way. It
almost feels like an
terrible
icebreaker of sorts, you know? It's like, it's okay to laugh because then you can then talk about it. Your shields are brought down a little bit. It's okay to talk. It's okay to debate. Just saying.
Yeah, like if you could laugh at the fucking part where she types in on AOL "white woman in trouble" and the cops are
oh my god
there.
Bro, that was amazing. Yeah.
Because
I didn't even remember that either.
That's like, pretty much how it happens.
That could be how it happens today too.
If it would have said "drunk white woman in trouble," they would have been there even faster.
Oh, they would have been there with a SWAT team.
And firefighters would have shown up too. Oh, we'll get her out of the washing machine. It's fine.
It would have been Christmas vacation. Everybody shows up.
Oh, shit. This movie was a gift. It really was.
Go ahead.
No, I was done.
I was going to say, is there anything else you guys like about this movie before we start talking about things you may not have liked about it?
I don't think there's anything I don't like as far as things that, I mean, the film as a whole, I think is just really funny. Yeah.
It's like hard to nitpick. Like, not nitpick.
Right.
It's hard to find something that you could objectively say is like a bad choice when they're clearly going out of their way to be absurd to be funny.
Yeah.
That's very fair. Like, there's times that we review movies on here and it's like, oh yeah, there's this, that, and the other. This didn't work out great. That plot line was stupid. This character was miscast. With this with other movies, sometimes it's okay, so it didn't do as well in the theaters as we would have liked, or the marketing wasn't as great, or the only thing even I would say is if you really want to get nitpicky is consistency in editing between scenes, because there's a lot of like goofs going through this movie. Sometimes I wonder if it's intentional. Sometimes I wonder if they were forced to cut things out due to the MPAA or the studio being like, that's a little too gory. We're trying to keep this just R-rated, because there's plenty of death scenes where, even Reggie at the end, or Ray, he gets stabbed with the hook through his back and you don't see it come through, but in the neck, then there's an edit, and then all of a sudden you see the hook through it. So it's like there's some like editing kind of things and little goofs, but those never bother me. But I can see how some people who are probably trying to get a little bit more out of a movie, like, can they at least pay a little more attention to detail, that they would start looking at things like that.
Yeah. One of the things that always bums me out whenever you see like an an article about an old film, it's just always like the kind of judgmental things that didn't age well. I hate that but with this, like not in a negative tone, but some of the jokes, if you weren't aware of stuff that happened it wouldn't be as funny. I can imagine if you hadn't been around during like we talked about, like Carmen Electra, you'd be like, I don't really get the, like, you'd maybe on a surface level understand she's like a dumb, hot white chick running, like horror
appeared in
movies.
Playboy, page 56, if you want to see her insides.
Yeah.
But like just those type of things, it like they kind of dated a little bit, just where,
some of the jokes, wouldn't be as funny to someone new watching this. But
it's almost like you need a companion, you need like a Sherpa, someone who was there to explain the connotations.
Yes.
The relevance.
A Gen X guru or millennial guru that happened to be there.
Yeah.
A historian, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Time
especially
ambassador.
for the principal scene with Squiggy from Happy Days. That one almost didn't even out of place even for like me, because I didn't even barely remember Happy Days when this movie came out.
Oh, you go to hell.
I'm already going there.
You're older than me, motherfucker. You need that dementias and shit.
Whatever. I got a few more years before I turn the next decade.
Kurt,
you'd be like, why is he talking like that? But it's like you'd have to, from Happy Days, you'd have to know.
I at least recognized him because he was also in like Laverne and Shirley, which I do remember that one.
Yes, that's mostly where I remember him from, is Laverne and Shirley. Happy Days was always on, but Laverne and Shirley made me laugh more.
Whoever the sheriff was, man, he always makes me laugh so much. He's so funny.
Would you take a look at these pictures?
he's so deadpan. He's like, in this one, just one more time, nothing. Oh well, we tried,
And he's a cocksucker in everything else he's in, except for House.
He's a bad
guy. Yeah. Like he's the bad guy or a bad guy in Wayne's World. He's the bad guy or a bad guy in Ghostbusters 2. He's a pain in the ass in House. He's trying to get his mom on meds, and it's like his mom doesn't want to be on meds because the meds make her unhappy because it cures her syphilis. It's so funny. But Kurt Fuller's just wonderful. I love him.
He's been in a lot of things. I'm looking at his filmography. I'm like, oh my God, this man's been like working for like decades, all the way from the original Knight Rider to voice acting in Avatar: The Last Airbender in 2006. Like Desperate Housewives, Boston Legal, Psych. Like he's been Bones. He's been in that show. Like Law and Order, of course. Okay, Law and Order. I can totally see him being in Law and Order as some creepy sleaze bucket.
It's fucked up.
And the new Night Court he was in too. Wow.
Yay. I'm still not going to watch it, but yay. Sorry. My heart stays with Harry. And that's a 0 point.
Hey, we've had a few of those. That's quite okay. Oh, he was actually in National Lampoon's Van Wilder.
Was he?
Yep.
Huh. I watched that
Washington.
once. And everyone's like, you got to watch this. It was the funniest thing ever. And I was like,
that's right. He's in Eve of Destruction. I forgot about that one. Sci-fi movie with an android from the future. You got to see it to believe it. And Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Yeah. I think I watched the second Van Wilder more than I watched the first one because my buddy had it on DVD.
This movie?
Nice.
No, Van Wilder 2, The Rise of Taj.
Oh, I was like, I got Elvira.
He got distracted by two other things with Elvira.
Gonk and what? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're pretty clear. There's nothing too terribly wrong. Now, once you start getting into like the later sequels, you can definitely see the drop in writing quality. But I'm going to end up rewatching part 2, and I think that's going to be a fun one. I'm going to probably do that after we're done with our stream tonight. So
My recommendation is if you have this on DVD, watch the special features because there is plenty of deleted scenes. They had to, yeah, they cut some really funny shit. There's a scene that just doesn't fit anywhere where they're playing football and the coach blows the whistle and Ray goes, "Okay, everybody, shower time." Well, the scene wasn't really necessary for that. Like, you could have just had the shower. What happens is they're playing football and Ray's the quarterback, so he's getting up on the hind end, right? And when he pulls back, you could see he's got a big old boner going down his fucking leg down to his knee.
They do that in the end in the post-credit scene too, with Doofy and the vacuum cleaner. So if you didn't stay to the end of the credits, they actually kind of make it very clear what Doofy was doing with the vacuum cleaner.
It's so goddamn funny. But again, for me, the bad was the shit that the studio made them cut out. And I don't know if it was for time. I don't know if it was for lewdness, but I didn't care for that because a lot of it was really goddamn funny.
Well, it's also one of the sad things of watching on streaming is I was actually looking because they have the scene where Shorty's talking about the smash and grab or whatever, where they like rob the convenience store. Where he gives the 3 rules, and it's like they like steal from the convenience store. And so I was like fast forwarding, and like they don't show outtakes when you. And I'm like, we just watched Rush Hour recently, and Rush Hour. But do you remember back then they'd always have bloopers and all that? I miss that, like all the like either deleted scenes, extras, or just goofs. It kind of feels like now they don't have those. Yeah,
so amazing.
That was fun. And the only time I didn't really like that is when they had bloopers for cartoons. And you're like, you just animated that blooper on purpose?
Yeah. That would be no.
Right. Yeah. Like, okay, we're just gonna go. I gotta pee.
Yeah, I think it's just really hard to think of something like to be critical of something like this because it's something completely separate from like films you would sit there and be like, what did they do well and not well? It's kind of its own thing.
I don't think that there was anything that they did poorly in this. I really don't. Yeah. And there's nothing in it that doesn't age well. Because
it's like when we did Club Dread. We had the same problem with that one. It's like we just wished it would have done better at the box office, basically.
Yeah, because
there was no marketing. It was Fox Searchlight back then.
Well, and even if there was something that you want, like, even if they made a mistake, I don't know if you'd be able to spot it because you could easily think that maybe it's just part of making fun of the genre. Like if you're like the acting's heavy-handed, it's like that could just be them making fun of how heavy-handed a lot of the acting is in horror films. You know,
it's like Shannon Elizabeth when she gets her head cut off. Oh, you cut my head off! I'm still dead. Just throw her in the lost and found box.
Yo, her fucking the broken leg, the compound fracture.
I knew it was coming, so I look away. Katie, I think, was surprised.
It grossed me out. I was like, oh.
And it's out of nowhere. It's completely like.
She does it to herself.
It's so absurd.
It's so gross as well. The snapping sound is so gross.
Oh God,
They did a good job with the practical effects on this one, actually.
Yeah, no, it looked great. It made me feel queasy. I was like, oh goodness.
I had an asthma attack at that point in the theater, and I was laughing so hard.
I actually remember that part in the theaters, and everybody just went, "Oh, that's wrong."
Yeah,
I was in a packed theater. Everybody was enjoying the movie back then, so everybody had a great experience with it.
I am not 100%. I don't know if it was Scary Movie 2 or if it was Hannibal that I went to go see. Or somebody died in the theater when I went to go see it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got irritated because the fucking EMTs were trying to fucking resuscitate the guy when I was watching the ending. I think it was Hannibal because it was the second time I went to go see it. and I missed the ending the first time, and now somebody died, and I was like, he's already dead.
Oh my gosh.
I remember somebody puking in Blair Witch Project while I was watching that, and I'm like, this movie sucks. Why are you
The
puking?
Blair Witch parody
Yeah,
or the joke in this was pretty spot on because I remember
Yeah.
feeling sick watching the snot come out of her nose.
Oh, yeah.
Blair Witch. I think it was so unnecessary, and in this, it's just grotesque.
No,
I didn't have a time to be bothered by that. I have vertigo, so it's like the rest of the movie killed me on the big screen. I was like, why do the movie gods hate me?
Well, then you end up finding out the reporter's running off with Doofy at the very end. It's
Yep.
like, okay, that's that part of the movie where they're like, okay, since you slept with me in your van, we're getting out of here.
Yep.
Smoking cigarettes and shit. And it's like all you can do is just kind of smile and clap and nod your head like that. That was cool. That was way cool.
What is her camera guy a reference to? Is it just to be funny? Is that something? It's
No,
hilarious. But
I want to say there was a camera guy in Scream 2.
really,
I think the camera guy's a reference to something. I can't
never watched
remember
past the
100%.
first one, so I don't know.
I want to say that there was,
That was 97.
Gail had a news cameraman in the first or the second one. I thought it was the
You
second.
know what? That might have been the second one, it looks like.
I don't know. I saw that in the theater, and I want to say I was either high on cocaine or coming off of cocaine, one of the two. It was during
That might not help.
I just remember my old boss when I was standing in line to turn in my tickets. He's like, "Didn't they kill you in the first movie?" Shut the fuck up, Craig. Piece of shit.
Oh.
My boss is like a big brother. What can we say?
so you think the second one's like a little bit rushed? Because I do remember the second one.
Yes.
I haven't seen that in a while, but it has a lot more like non-horror references. Like the things I always thought were
Like the
hilarious.
Nike-
I don't think they had movie backings or anything.
No,
Like,
it was mainly spoofing The Haunting,
Okay.
Yeah. Because, like,
which was not
there's
an
the
enjoyable
whole-
film. This was much better than The Haunting.
I just loved David Cross's character with the in the back and forth between him and the guy from Groundhog's Day with the baby hand. Again, like me and my friends would say, "Take my strong hand," like forever. You know?
Take the strong hand. That's Chris Elliott, and he is another genius. He had a TV show when we were kids, called oh shit,
Get a life.
Get a Life. Thank you. And I was like, wait, it's not Stand. No, Stand was
That
the
was the
intro
theme
song.
song.
Right? He was a 30-year-old paper boy that lived at home, and it was the funniest fucking TV show I'd ever seen, and it came on right around the same time as In Living Color, and
Married with Children. It was a block.
yeah, and it was just a damn good time. So it was super fun and just a treat to see him in part 2. Even with his strong hand.
Oh my god.
I saw that with my gay friends, and one of them had an arm similar, and I was just kind of like, what do I do?
Oh my god.
I don't want to laugh, but I am.
Did they laugh?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
It's
did.
all good.
But I'm just kind of like, please don't kill me. Please.
You done messed up now?
I hadn't felt that awkward in a movie since I went to go see A Time to Kill with my Italian cousin Melissa and her black friend Nicole. And I was kind of like, I'm the little Irish kid in between. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, this is probably as good a time as any to wrap us up tonight. Let's get on over to Final Judgment, where what do you guys think of the movie on an overall scale, and give it a score. And let's start with Katie and Andy.
On an overall scale, so I think it's a phenomenal movie. I think it's hilarious. I could easily watch this whenever. Like, it's something you could put on to, like, while you're doing other stuff, because you'll get just jokes that are going on and you'll catch different references, and it's perfect. It's like its own little comedy sketch while you're doing other things, but you also could just like actually focus and pay attention to the entire thing, and it's enjoyable. So it's easily like an 8 out of 10 for me, because it's just a all around like good, enjoyable, funny movie.
Yeah, everything Katie said, except like as little boys, like me and my friends would like have this, like once somebody would have the DVD, we'd go sleep over and watch it. So a lot of memories, like easily like an 8 or 9. It's so funny. Sparks so many other things, some good, some not good, but like a truly like different take on spoofs, and I love it.
Right on, Kevin.
You know what? I feel almost guilty for doing it, but I have to say 10. With the exception of the things that they put on the cutting room floor, I don't have a thing to gripe about this picture. It makes me happy every single time I've seen it. And I've seen this movie over 100 times. Like, I love these people. I love comedy groups. I love them. I love fucking Broken Lizard. Like, they Monty Python again. They are just the best groups of people, of comedy artists that are just, they know their stuff and they work well together. But the Wayneses have always been my favorite ever since I was a little kid, and they always will be. And this movie continues to be relevant, even though, yeah, you know, the Dennis Rodman jokes fade and whatnot, but there's still a lot of shit in here that's pretty relevant. There's because Scream's never going away, for one thing. They won't let
They're
it.
coming back for more.
I Know What You Did Last Summer's not going anywhere. They just did one.
Yeah. Yep. That
And they've done a TV show that didn't work out. They've done sequels.
The Scream TV show was actually okay. I didn't mind that. It was way better than the fucking movie. Who knew? Thanks, MTV. But I had to pick this picture for Final Judgment because we had this conversation with some friends of ours recently. Where basically said, first of all, you sucked my dick.
But we made love. I ain't gay. It doesn't matter.
The way he reacts when he's like, I ain't gay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
So good.
Like, so offended and like, well, hold the phone. No, that ain't. Yeah. What about
the whole conversation of Scream didn't have a plot? I Know What You Did Last Summer didn't have a plot. We don't have a plot either. I'm just gay. It's like, what?
Yeah. He's gay and angry now, and you're just kind of like, the fuck? Like, Skeet Ulrich must have watched this going, fuck.
It's the wrong franchise.
Sorry, man.
Nothing to be sorry about. This is a fun, enjoyable movie. A lot of people could get a lot out of this movie, even if you don't understand like a lot of the Easter eggs and references. Just sit back and enjoy it with a bucket of popcorn, have some soda, and hopefully nobody calls on the phone and they get their ass murdered in the middle of a theater or get peed on at a most recent theater experience. So, because that was a thing on recently at a theater. But that being said, what?
My boy Ray got taken out like a bitch at the theater, man. That wasn't cool. I took that personally.
Oh God.
That might be the most shocking death. Like
the tickle in the ear.
Although he wasn't really dead. He just had like earmuffs on his head for the rest of the movie. Oh, Ray.
Oh shit. I love it so much. I do.
But my score would be a pretty solid 8.5 to a 9 as well. not much I would change differently. It's just I wouldn't call this like one of my favorite movies, but I think I need to add this to the collection. I think it's been long enough, and it always alleviated the concerns I had about other slash movies at the time with I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, which I didn't really like any of those. I thought that was a bad era for slasher movies because it got way too self-referential. This took it, spun it, and took it off in a fun direction. I prefer this more than those. 8.5 to 9 is where I'm going to fall on that. And
Nice.
before we, what's that?
Nice.
Nice. And before we go, Katie and Andy, please let everybody know where they can find you and what you got coming up next. And thank you again for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. This was a
Thank
lot of
you
fun.
so much for having us on. This was so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find us at Hold My Dualshock on YouTube, and we have live streams every day of the week. Tomorrow we have WTF Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and then we drop videos every day.
Right on.
Dope.
And Kevin, what about us, brother?
You could find us here all throughout the week. We are here every Tuesday, of course, on 0-Point Review. We are here every Thursday on the Stargate Files.
Yes,
Stargate
that's
Files.
correct.
Yeah,
That's I know that's more on my show, but
I'm glad I got Stargate in there. I knew it was one of those shows that you liked.
that you don't.
That the one show. And then we're here every other Friday on Nostalgia TV, the Graveyard Shift for Forgotten Television, where we do celebrate canceled TV series because, damn it, Ray's right. Canceled TV series cause people to go psychotic. And of course, every Saturday night on Deadwire Live, where we discuss all the happenings and shenanigans of the week with all the entertainment news and dirty people that we find on the news. So
Yep.
definitely
And
check us out.
Yep, please do check us out. And next week we are doing, we're going to do Scream, everybody. So buckle up. That's going to be, we'll see how that one turns out. Because I actually don't like that movie. And I think Kevin has a little more affection for it than I do.
Maybe, but don't forget to plug the Mighty Blue one.
Mighty Blue one.
Yeah, man, we're doing the Tick also on Nostalgia TV.
That is the following week, Kevin. The Fox era Tick.
Yes, not this week, but yeah, next.
Because Kevin and I tend to get our schedules a little crossed, even though everything's on a spreadsheet.
I don't know how Scary Movie disappeared from the spreadsheet yesterday and then reappeared when you're like, dude, good job getting next week's work done. I'm like,
he watched Scream and had all the assets ready for Scream.
no, I did not. I just had the
tomorrow is
assets
Scary
ready.
Movie, and he's like, no. And I'm like, no, Scary Movie's tomorrow, and we have guests. And he's like, wait, what? Who? What? So it was pretty funny. But that being said, thank you everybody for tuning into 0-Point Reviews on Suns and Shadows. Please head on over to Hold My Dualshock. We got all their information in our description below. And Idaho Mike, our moderator, we're going to get some links on over to you this week so you can start throwing that in our chat for us. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.
Can you hammer a 6-inch spike through a board with your penis?
Not right now.
A girl's got to have her standards.